You are listening to the Wild Man Podcast.
Thank you for choosing the Wild Man Podcast. Today I am with the man, the myth, the legend, Don from Waking the Cadaver. How are you doing today? So my first question is, what's it feel like that people are still doing covers, listening to music, and like inspired by you?
I feel extremely humble. It's beyond anything I can ever imagine. The fact that this music was basically created to not have anybody listen to it. Very, very taboo, I guess, you know, when it first came out. And then to see like the whole world gather around 2 songs, you know, for a while is mind-blowing. So it feels very humbling. I'm very grateful, very thankful, and I greatly appreciate everybody's support and has ever covered any of the Waking the Cadaver songs. So it's very heartwarming.
Fuck yeah, like it's definitely crazy to see how much people like you see like from the old heads to the newer ones.
Yeah.
Like people still find Waking that privilege.
Yeah, it's crazy. I constantly have people coming up to me telling me like, you are the first band I heard that was heavy brutal music, and that to me is just like, feels like everybody's always lying because there's so many other bands to listen to and heavy music, you know. But even today I've gotten a whole lot of that, and it's very, very humbling, and it's crazy.
So, seeing like the younger audience and doing the TikTok thing with everything, and you get that connection with the fans, and how's that feel, like with them?
That feels overwhelming because it's a whole new generation, you know, and to see people use the music to incorporate it in their own life, in their own TikToks, whatever they're using it for, going viral several times in different ways in a very short amount of time. It's very moving, you know, and I just feel very humble about it and thankful. You know, it's wild to see 20 years go from like MySpace now to a new application that everybody's using, and there's no Waking the Cadaver page, there's no nothing. So I don't even know why or understand the resurgence, but it happened organically, and that just shows me that literally 20 years of investment is just blown the lid off of what I thought was possible for another resurgence of a band that got so much hatred at one point and now is not getting hatred and is on another level just organically from the fans. So it's nuts to see the next generation come in, utilize an application, and then make something, a new wave to surf for this band again. So it helps us kick ass still and book shows and tours and stuff. So it's like a basketball. You're passing it back and forth, you know, constantly. And now we got the ball again. So pass the ball back to the fans, write some good music, you know, keep that momentum going.
So my second question is, where did you see, like when you first started this band, like did you see like you guys like in like the near future in 20 years, like headlining festivals, and like how did you see right in the beginning, did you see where anything like that?
Yeah, no. I was blown away when we first got our opportunity to go to California, and so they wanted to pay a lot of money to have shows over there and fly us over, and I was like, what? You know, like that's something that I thought was not ever going to happen. Playing on Death Feast in Europe, going over there, playing a massive festival for an ocean of people, just your first show in Europe, showing up, and then hit the stage, you know, go do it. And that was wild too. A whole other demographic, a whole other audience, a whole other mindset of metalheads, and you know, some people are going to eat you up, and some people are just going to be like, I don't give a fuck. But we went over played that, and that opened the door for us for a lot of exposure. So yeah, like traveling, I didn't think was gonna happen. I traveled the world with this band. I didn't think that was gonna be a thing. And I didn't, the fact that it did happen, I played with some of my idols like Dying Fetus and Napalm Death and Immolation, and many other fucking bands, and I'm elated to say that. I didn't think anything like that was going to be possible. To be on tour, in a tour bus with Napalm Death, you know, and tour Europe for a month, I was like, this can't be happening. Like, many amazing things. So yeah, I did not think that.
So what are some of the like sacrifices you had to make along the way? Like, there's always that challenge with the home life and being in a band, you know, so like you're not at home, not enough space on tour, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'd say that early days are hard to balance. Different world, different time, different era. You had to put in a lot of time traveling and touring, and it takes a toll on a lot of people. Even going overseas for a long time and then coming back might feel different. You're with a lot of egos and with a lot of things. One of the things it's not really answering your question, but it's kind of like some of the hardships that I had to go through was losing my band members throughout the years. It's been kind of a revolving door for one reason or another, and that was more of a struggle to see my friends leave as well. Yeah, I mean, we didn't always have a lot of money to go do what a lot of other bands did, to like go do a lot of not home life, go tour. So we toured as much as we could, and then had to go back to the real world and go back to work. And you know, this was always just like a hobby. But throughout 20 years of not giving up and sticking to what you do, I now can balance the home life and balance the fun as well. You know, so it's nice. It finally
Like evens out more.
yeah. When you put a lot of time in and don't give up, I would say like that's the key. And it eventually balances out if you make the right moves.
So my next question is, what can you like tell like how can you tell like the younger audience like how you see these younger audiences doing like vocals and like trying to pursue that dream in music? Do you have any input like how to tell them not to give up, like pretty much stuff like that?
Yeah. I would say keep doing your craft, your skill. Don't let anybody put you down or marginalize you or minimalize you. If people are not liking what you're doing, that's on them. Nobody's forcing them to listen to your stuff anyway, so they're really secret fans. There's no such thing as a hater. They're just secret fans. They just don't want to admit it to themselves, and that's their fucking problem. So you keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up, because that's stupid. Tighten your craft, tighten your skill, and pursue your dreams no matter what. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody doing any music, anywhere, at any time. So just keep doing what you're doing and fuck everybody else.
What are some of the goals for the bands in the next 5 years? Are you guys working on new music at all?
We are, but I'm being very picky right now because there's just so much music going on, and I feel like sometimes when things are created, it's like it doesn't just have it yet, you know, and it may sound too much like this or that, and I don't want that to happen. I have a vision that needs to dial it back to the first album and even more back to our original home roots of where this idea of Waking the Cadaver has come from. And the only thing I can tell you is that the next shit you're gonna be fucking scared. You may not even be able to fucking listen to it. You'll be fucking shaking. And that's the point. Is it needs to grow in this aspect of what you have in your mind, and you need to get that out. And if it takes a little bit more time than the fans want, it just is what it is. And I have people banging down the door on Messenger and every facet that is like, where's the new shit? Where's 2021 it's been a minute. But I've had revolving door of some band members since then, and there's been like, okay, well, let's get back in the groove of playing so people see they can hear that last album because COVID kind of fucked that all up, and we weren't able to play that last album out for since it was created. So I'm glad that's there. Shout out to Mike Mayo, my guitar player, who wrote that album, phenomenal, and we're able to now play that out as if it was newer material. So that's kind of helping us out right now. But yeah, definitely working on new shit, and when it comes, it'll be exactly as it should be.
I know you guys do festivals mainly. Is there any talks about a tour anytime soon?
Right now, scheduling is a bigger issue with the bandmates right now, so it's tough to say, but we're always open for opportunity and see if it works in our schedules, and if it does, then we'll be more than happy to do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
All right.
Great.
Thank you for choosing the Wild Man Podcast. And anything to say?
Keep kicking ass, keep listening to brutal death metal, support people who give a fuck about you, support your bandmates, support your fans, work your merch table, stop being an asshole. I love what you do. Thank you so much for everything. Really appreciate everybody. Thank you. Cameraman.
In the true honor of the Wild Man and the father, my father, let's fucking rock and roll.
Let's fucking rock and roll, baby.